Hello, StarCraft fans! This is falconpaladin coming to you with yet another edition of One Trick Wednesday! This will begin with a game between Couch and Lucky Shot here on Proxima Station, the latter edition, and this is the Never Attack, Only Defend edition of One Trick Wednesday. In the top right side of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is a Lucky Shot. And in the bottom left side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is Couch. All right, so the rules of this One Trick Wednesday, pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward. You just never attack. Only defend. I had some questions about this after I posted what the next One Trick Wednesday challenge is. Yes, this is a little bit late, but yes, you can leave your army in the middle of the map. Yes, you can expand wherever you want to. And no, you cannot attack any buildings unless it's by accident, and only then is it okay if you don't actually kill that building or cause it to burn down. All right, got that? Got that. So here we are with One Trick Wednesday. If this is your first time here, first of all, welcome aboard. We do this once every 2 weeks. I issue a challenge to my subscribers. They go ahead and send in those replays to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of One Trick Wednesday. You have 10 days from today to get the replays in for the next challenge. All right, so 10 days from today, I'm going to stop accepting those, and I'll get them to my screeners after that, giving them enough time to screen them and enough time to get them back to me so I can cast it and then post it on the following Wednesday. This is how this works. That's your little schedule. So, which one of these players is going to be the one tricker this time around? Oh yes, I do also want to mention a quick shout out and thanks to my screeners this time around. It's Enroot, Jonathan, Wade, and Asher. Enroot and Asher being some of the newer screeners as part of my pool. Again, if you're interested in screening, just shoot me an email to the same address at falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of screening, and I'll get you added onto the rotation if that's something that you want to do. There's also a link in the description to the voting for next, well, not next week's, but next in 2 weeks edition of One Trick Wednesday. So click on that one, vote to your heart's content. There are some really good submissions in there. If you have ideas for One Trick Wednesday as well, put it in the comments here. What other housekeeping do we have? Oh, yes. If you suggested a One Trick Wednesday and it doesn't make the top 5 after 3 editions of One Trick Wednesday, I'm going to drop it. It's not getting enough interest. We have to make room for new blood in the One Trick Wednesday polling. So, we might have to speed this up. Nobody's attacking. Nobody's attacking yet. Lucky Shot has 3 missile turrets up at a very specific location. I mean, if a Raven comes in here or a drop comes into this very spot, it will die very quickly, but there's so much other open space available to come in to the base. I mean, this would have to be like winning the lottery for Lucky Shot to defend this way. Couch, not doing so much with the static defense. He also has an expansion, which is nice. Couch is also working on a tank. He's getting some Marines. I'm going to guess that Lucky Shot is our defender. He's got bunkers coming up. The problem with doing this against Terran is that they have some pretty good units for siege breaking. Liberators very good at killing units from distance, and siege tanks very good at killing other stuff and everything from distance. So if a Terran rolls up to your base with tanks, yeah, good missile turrets. Well done, missile turrets. Good job, bunkers. Good to see you there as well, but they're all dead. They're all completely dead. You have to have tanks of your own on the high ground, which it looks like someone's planning on building. There we go. Lucky Shot is planning on building one of those factories that can allow tanks here. And look at this double pumping tanks from Couch. Couch has plans. I don't see this going very well for Lucky Shot at all. Oh, and the final thing, final housekeeping. I will announce what the next edition of One Trick Wednesday will be, what the challenge is, at the end of this cast. So hang on to the end of the cast after the final one here, and you will be pleased to learn what the new one is. It's pretty fun. I think it's going to be a good one. I really do. Okay, also, what I might need to start doing based on this game is if you submit a One Trick Wednesday replay, I might just require you to announce that it's you who's doing the One Trick Wednesday challenge in this game. Can you do that for me? Because I don't know who this is. Neither player has moved out at all. Both players are turtling pretty hard in this TVT. I feel like it's probably a Lucky Shot just because of the missile turrets, but at the same time, these tanks are just playing defense from Couch as well. He's got missile turrets of his own. So if you're doing the One Trick Wednesday, just chuck it out there. Just throw it out to the world, into all chat, and say, Happy Wednesday to ya, or you feel like some trickeration, just something that can tell us which one of you guys is doing the challenge, because so far it's not working out too well, determining which one of these players it is. I might need to speed this up again. What are we at? Are we already at ×4? What are we at ×4? In other news, my air conditioning is broken. which you may already know if you listen to the podcast that I posted earlier today already, and I already complained about it Yeah, air conditioning broke. It is like 95 degrees right now where I am in Utah, which is 34, 35 degrees Celsius. If you're listening from a non-Fahrenheit country, of which there are many countries that do not listen to the Fahrenheit way of doing things. Americans, we are stubborn, as it turns out. So it's roasty. I've got a window open because it's just a smidge cooler outside than it is inside my house. So all the windows are open. It is still, I am still sweating my face off. It's usually warm in this office anyway in the summertime. And just without any air conditioning, it is just a complete losing battle. So I am sweating to death. We've had some people come take a look at it already. Some people try to sell us, you know, a $12,000 brand new system. And we're just saying, you know what? Let's get some second opinions. Let's get a third opinion. We're not super interested in spending $12,000 right now. We did not see this coming. We have some savings, but it's not that much. I'm not going to lie to you. Anyway, sensor tower's on the way. Ghosts coming in. Ooh, lucky shot with ghost and personal cloaking. If these are defensive nukes... Oh, okay. All right. He's moving out for the... This is not a defensive player, so it's going to be Couch. Couch, who's our defender. Surprise, surprise on that one. But we do get some, well, potential nukes. He doesn't have any yet, and there's no more underway. So this could just be like some cloak ghost harassment, which at the 10-minute mark seems fairly bad. Oh, tank fire and Widow Mine. The Widow Mine takes him out. Poor ghost. That did not go well at all. Couch pushing forward with command center, upgrading to planetary fortress. Got these tanks here as well. Anti-air with the Marines, anti-air with Widow Mines and missile turrets. Is he just going to creep slowly across the map and just hem his opponent in? That's one way to do this. One of the best parts about One Trick Wednesday is seeing how the players creatively, I was going to say creatively, but that's not a word, creatively decide how they're going to approach this, how they're going to accomplish this challenge. And it's a really fun time. All right, this game is going to be sped up again. I will keep my hand on that minus button so we can slow it down. We can slow it down when the time happens. So yeah, podcast, also a podcast I'm doing every week with my friend Wade from Australia. We talk about differences between Australian and American culture. We talk about video games and books quite a bit, and movies that are coming in. It's just a lot of pop culture stuff, food. Ooh, you'll never guess what food item they don't have at McDonald's in Australia that Wade now really wants to try. He didn't know it existed until our podcast. Ah, nuke! Nuke on the way, but the scan and the Marines finish off the ghost. Ooh, it's the Nova skin too. That's just, it's a sad death scream is what it is. The dudes, when they do this, the dudes sound like, Rah. Oh, am I in windowed mode here? That pop-up's going to drive you guys crazy, isn't it? Yeah, that's for the internet filtering thing for my kids. Windowed, full screen. Full screen! Let's do full screen. I don't know if this will keep, actually. It looks like it will. Alright, so we're back in full screen. Back in full screen, everything is fine, nothing is ruined. Just speed it back on up, because these attempts of nukes by Lucky Shot are not going anywhere in particular. Taking a fourth base here at the gold with so many planetary fortresses as Couch. This is a good example of what happens if you leave your opponent alone long enough, no matter what level it is. If you leave them alone long enough, they will expand everywhere. What is this upgrade? Hyperflight rotors. Wait, that was the wrong... No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. What was it? High-capacity fuel tanks. We never see that upgrade. He got high-capacity fuel tanks for his medevacs, of which he has possibly one. Two. He has two. But they have the upgrade to do less of a cooldown, a shorter cooldown on the afterburners, I believe is what that is. Nobody ever gets it, though, which is insane. Meanwhile, Lucky Shot is going 2-base battle cruiser, which could be fun. So 5 battle cruisers already out here from Lucky Shot. Swinging down this right side. Again, he's doing it right. You attack with the normal attack, normal moving thing here. Free SCVs to kill. I'm not sure why these guys are hanging out over here. Oh, I guess they wanted to expand at some point. Sensor tower going to die as well. You attack normally so that when you are attacking and you start taking damage, you can jump home. If you jump into a situation, there's really no retreating. The cooldown on this thing is 71 seconds. Not going to happen. Meanwhile, Yamato Cannon fires on a missile turret. One battlecruiser does end up falling. These Marines attacking, but only a few of them can attack at a time, which is really bad for Couch right now. But pretty good defense. Another Yamato Cannon does take down one of the Vikings. Ooh, Vikings have a neat skin. Look at this neat skin out of Couch. Meanwhile, that last battlecruiser is going to die. He's not going to go home at all, which is very disappointing. Viking skin, eh? No, follow. I said follow. Oh, I didn't clear it. I thought I clicked it. Huh. kind of like it. Kind of more star-based on the back. The fins are a lot bigger. Looks more ready for space travel than a regular Viking does. It looks kind of like a transport from Star Wars. It looks kind of like the ship. Looks, yeah, kind of like the ship from Descent, which is a great game. All right. So that's it for that one. Lucky Shot just goes ahead, goes for some battle cruisers at the 20-minute mark, fails miserably. Defender here, Couch, ends up your victor, and that's going to be our warm-up game for One Trick Wednesday. Got some better ones coming. Chose one that didn't get a whole lot of support from the screeners, but figured I'd do one that just kind of showed the principle, get us on board, and then we'll come back with some more creativity and some more excitement in game number 2 of this One Trick Wednesday compilation. Hello again, StarCraft fans. Welcome back to One Trick Wednesday by Falcon Paladin. This game will be a game between Dragon and Tricky Moon on Odyssey, the latter edition. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is Tricky Moon. And in the top left side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is a dragon from Never Res. I assume that means Never Resurrect. And it's like a World of Warcraft reference of some kind. So who's going to be our defender today? Once again, I really think we need to have a rule that if you are the one tricker, you need to call it out. You need to just announce it in chat. At least for me to know what's going on here. Lings are moving out from our blue Zerg player Dragon, so I don't know, you can move out. I think we're okay with this. We just don't attack bases directly, is what it is. So Dragon moving out with some Lings, holding this on like a watchtower, going for a third hatch here at the 3-minute mark. One base in it is Tricky Moon, and getting that Marine production up, working on some tanks. A one-base Marine tank attack is nothing to sneeze at. Can be pretty terrifying, but that is an expansion coming up from Tricky Moon inside his main base. It is going to try to expand out of this. So this is a pretty standard build out of the Terran player here. Meanwhile, back in Dragonland, working on extractors for additional gas. Has that spawning pool, and that's about it. Working on a baneling nest, which just started coming up. Why do you think I'm looking at the baneling nest? Is it right? Am I super blind? I am super blind. It's right there. It's right in front of my nose. Purple buildings morphing on top of purple creep. It's hard to see. It is hard to see. You can scout, so fast Overlord scouting here, seeing what's going on from the Terran player. Checking out that starport, checking out that armory. Interestingly enough, working on +1 attack, possibly, for the tanks. That could be something. That could be something that we see. Nicely enough. Double evolution chamber on the way here from Dragon as well, and some defensive banelings from our Zerg player. So Tricky Moon, I feel like, is pretty close to moving out at this point. 5 minutes. It's a pretty good time to go. Got a bunch of Marines working on what? Working on vehicle weapons. Level 1, getting a reactor on these barracks as well. And thinking about it. Thinking very strongly about going out, but so worried about an attack from his opponent that he's not doing it. This is one of the lessons, I think, of this One Trick Wednesday, is that, man, sometimes if you're worried about being attacked, there's nothing coming. There's nothing on the way to destroy you. And you're going to sit here and wait for that time forever. So either be expanding or be attacking after about the 5-minute mark in these games. If you're just sitting on 2 base, hanging out, waiting for someone to come try to kill you, you're going to have a bad time in the long run. That is my recommendation from Falcon Paladin here. Got a lair, does Dragon, working on a Hydralisk den. Ooh, some defensive lurkers would be pretty nice. Pretty nice. All right, this is the most timid Terran player I have ever seen in my entire life. Okay, that's not true. That is not true, but very timid. Nevertheless, come on, Tricky Moon. 6.5 minutes in. You can do this thing. I believe getting some Vikings, getting +1 infantry weapons. There's that Lurker Den morph out of Dragon. That's what I was thinking about. Thinking about maybe some defensive Lurkers would be nice. Really bad against tanks, but maybe your opponent will walk right onto them with tanks that are not in siege mode. How's that sound? Inject's not that great from Dragon in this game either. I mean, this isn't a Min-Ring Madness or an Into the Void, but get your injects. I know it's hard, but work on a timer, try to figure it out. And Vikings flying around trying to see if there are any overlords that they can kill, and there are not really. There aren't. I mean, there was the one. Was that a drop lord that died? He's got the extra thing. That might have been a drop lord that died, strangely enough. Patrolling with the Vikings. I mean, have you even scouted, Terran player? No. Terran player playing in the blind today. 100% in the blind. Got Lings here, got Banelings here. Ah, dragons. There we go. You watch Falcon Paladin? Says Dragon. No. Says Tricky Moon. Got ourselves some medevacs up here as well. That's okay, Tricky Moon. There are still a lot of people who don't watch Falcon Paladin and don't know. That's a good thing, because otherwise this might be a really long game. Can you imagine 2 people going for the never attack game at the same time, randomly matching up on ladder? That would be hilarious. Hilarious. Although, for all intents and purposes, it's kind of what this is. Isn't it? Tricky Moon showing no sign of attacking. 4th base coming in from Dragon, just south of that 3rd base here. Is it time to go? Got a Thor? Yes. Time to... No, wait. Are you expanding? Are you just coming up here to expand? There's a Burrowedling. I like Burrowedlings. Preventing expansions from your opponent is just fine. Ah, Greater Spire coming in from Dragon as well. Dragon really doing well here. 57 to 44 Harvesters. 113 to 101 total supply over the Terran player as well. And let's do this. You got Vikings. I love it. You got Marines with +1 attack, with stim, with almost combat shield. Ultralisk Cavern coming in for Dragon, though, which is really bad news. Bad news. Bears. 4th base just about done. There's the pop for Dragon. Down here south of the 3rd, got some Vipers consuming. Dragon's strangely freed right now. Freed from being attacked, freed from having to attack, is just getting all of the possible tech you can get. Getting Pathogen Glands, getting Ultralisks, getting that Greater Spire we mentioned previously, and that Greater Spire is done. 1,000 hit points on that sucker. Taking a 3rd base, Tricky Moon, sort of, kind of. There's another Burrowed Ling here, trying to make sure that doesn't actually happen. There's the scan, the Marine kills the Ling. Boop. SCV helps as well, and you land the base. All right, so 3rd base taken at 11 minutes for Tricky Moon, killing some more Lings here. Just okay. Dragon was so excited for a second. He was thinking, they're going to attack. I'm going to be attacked. Hooray. No. No. Tricky Moon. Nope. Just chilling like a villain. +2 attack done on these mech units. Good gravy. +1 infantry weapons done as well. Chitinous plating, +3 missile attack, and +2 melee attack. Morphing in for Dragon. All of the upgrades. All of the upgrades. As you're on 4 bases with a gold and another extractor there. There's only 1 extractor at this gold base, though. It's one of these weird maps. One of these weird ones. Is Tricky Moon going? Thinking about it. Moving out. About 14 feet from his 3rd base. That's all right, I suppose. Scouting Ling comes in. You can scout, just can't attack. There we go. Good job, Ling. Good job scouting. It really put some fear of Zerg into Tricky Moon there. Bringing everybody back. Where's that Ling? Must kill the Zergling. Is that a transformation of anything? Nah, just Thor's. Just Thor's messing around. Raven coming in for Tricky Moon. Expanding again is Dragon. Once again, one of the things you can do in this trick, which is probably too late for this advice, but is expand everywhere, because you can defend your bases, but you can't kill any of theirs. So one of the things you want to do is try to make sure you have more bases and more income than your opponents, so that you can remax your army and they can't. That is a good way to win this thing. Corvid Reactor coming on the way for Tricky Moon. The upgrade to the Ravens for starting with more energy, getting +1 infantry armor, and this 6th base of Dragon is going to die. I really don't see any saving it whatsoever here. Marines here. Ling's trying to save it, coming from the backside. Ling's on top of Thor's, pretty good. Without any Marine support here, Baneling's crashing on top of the Thor's as well. In the middle of the map, fungal growth being tossed down. Fungal's on top of all of the Marines as well. This Terran army is just getting shredded right now. Corruptors in the sky, getting rid of those medevacs, and that's it. That is the last of that army. 159 to 70. Total supply. Dragon has a very solid, strong lead, taking an additional 6 base up here at the top right, where the gold base is on Tricky Moon's side of the map. That's generally the bottom right's position to take this gold, but no. Dragon says, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it so I can defend it when the time comes. Another base up here for Dragon. We're going to call that a 7th base, an 8th base. And the bottom left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess 7. I don't know. I guess I was counting this one that's dead, which is a bit of a problem. But it is 7 bases right now for Dragon. He's not going to go ahead and replace the one that is dead, unfortunately. 3rd base here. No, 4th base getting thrown down. Tricky Moon cleared this out a while ago, but is finally just now expanding with the main base, actually. Lifting off that main orbital command to take it as a 3rd creep spread, creeping across the shallows, going under the water, continuing to push through here. Lurkers just setting up in kind of forward positions, kind of forward defensive positions. Is he gonna? Oh, he's gonna defend. He's gonna defend his own base up here with these Lurkers. All right, we're okay with this. Defense only, no attacking. Banshee on the way for Tricky Moon, getting himself a tank as well. It's 187 to 100. Total supply. Tricky Moon is struggling with this one. Struggling a lot. Liberators being constructed back home as well for the Terran player. And Dragon getting a little bit antsy, burrowing a million banelings and lings here at this little choke point just outside the third base of Tricky Moon. His army is at the other place that we can move out from if you are Tricky Moon. And again, the Terran player just, I don't know if he realizes what he's up against here. More banelings coming in to burrow on top of other burrowed banelings. It's a fun animation. What are those guys doing? Freaking out. Freaking out is what they were. This circling I'm worried is drowning because it's burrowed underneath water. And I feel like that hole's getting filled in, so that ling might die, which would be an interesting mechanic. Neural Parasite on the way for Dragon as well. Drones transferring over to this gold base of Dragons up along the top right side. Income looking pretty healthy for the Zerg player. 2,500 compared to 1,200 per minute for Tricky Moon. And gas is a little higher for Tricky Moon at 800, 900 compared to 6 for his Zerg opponent. Working on +2 armor for the mech. Getting some Marauders as well. And just my tank count. Holy tank count. That is 14. 13, 14, 15, 16. Yep. 13 tanks with +3 attack, +1 armor, soon to be +2 armor. Moving out with a small group of SCVs. Is he trying to free up supply there? Sent some SCVs in the middle of the map and they just got absolutely destroyed. Alright, Tricky Moon feeling okay. He has a majillion tanks. He's got Marines with +3 attack. He's got Marauders with +3 attack. Tanks setting up very nicely, row by row here. Don't walk over the banelings. Oh my gosh. He's gonna walk over the banelings. Liberators. Yes, this is a safe place to go now, says Tricky Moon. Look him on the high ground. Dragon. Just over here. Don't mind me. Oh no. Oh, the banelings. And everything else dies. The tanks are alive, which is pretty good. The tanks can hold off. Parasitic Bomb on top of these medevacs, which is hilarious. And that army's dead, except for the tanks. The tanks, which didn't really move out to assist in any way. They would have been pretty good in the situation, but some high ground explosions. Wow. Is that a bunch of creep tumors that just died there? I think that's what that was. Just a bunch of creep tumors. 188 to 130 total supply. Dragon is sitting on a pretty good army right now. It's 56 workers to 46. So, I mean, what are we looking at for units? 41 Hydralisks, 5 Corruptors and Ultra, 5 Lurkers, 2 Infestors, and 2 Vipers. Against all the tanks for Tricky Moon. Got his 4 bases up and running. Trying to take a 5th base. There we go. He's trying to take this gold finally. Not doing any scouting of it. He doesn't know that there's creep up here. Watch. Nope. Doesn't know. No creep. No creep as far as he's concerned. And he's going to try to fly up there and land it, which is going to go very, very poorly for him. Tanks, Marines, some Marines up here making sure that no more banelings get burrowed in that particular location. And here we go. Orbital Command. Trying to bump in here. Burp. Nope. Nope. Not a thing. Tricky Moon moving out with some Marines. Going to accidentally engage with these Hydras. Yeah, they're all toast. Middle of the map's fair game, yo. Fair game for sure. This Ultralisk having a field day with all of these Marines. Tanks. Oh, never mind. Ran into just the range of about 6 tanks and got killed. Super, super duper bad news. SCVs long distance mining from this base up-ish around this area. Don't know why. Don't know why they're doing that. Hydralisk's going to chase away that orbital command. This is our base. We can defend it. Some SCVs here getting murdered. And holding the Zelnaga Watchtower on the right side is our Zerg player. Resources lost. 8,700 for Dragon and 19,700 for Tricky Moon. Let this be a lesson to you. If you're a Terran player, you have to harass. You have to attack consistently, or this happens. Creep covers half the map. All the bases are taken. Every time you move out, you die. It's an experience that I've tried playing Terran on ladder before, and it's a lesson that is learned the hard way. Yeah, then you try to drop at 22 minutes, but there are just a million lings with good upgrades out. Corruptors here as well. How are the Lings actually doing? +3, +3. All right, not bad. Not bad on the upgrades. Tricky Moon is going to attack this base of dragons. I'm going to call it his 11th base because I don't know what else to call it. Down here, just to the left of the 3rd base of Tricky Moon. Lings coming in, even if they have upgrades. Oh, the Marines are not attacking the Lings, though. They're trying to get the base. Okay, they got the base, but they're all dead. So that's probably a fair trade, I guess, killing the base. Some tanks up here on the high ground on their own getting murdered at the same time. Another tank on the high ground gets killed. Tanks looking pretty scary here for Tricky Moon. Well, a lot of anti-air, or air-to-ground attacks, I would guess. A lot of ground stuff here. Blinding Cloud, maybe? Woof! Blinding Cloud, it's a lot of Blinding Clouds to cover all of these tanks, though. If you try it anyway, he's thinking about it. He's scouting it. See what's going on. That is a lot of tank, he says, with +3 attack, no less. No less than +3 attack. So many tanks, says Dragon. Yeah, anything that wanders over this direction is going to die. Maybe Burrow, throw some infested Terrans in there. Splash damage kills a lot of their own friends. That might be good. Are they going for it? Hydra's going for it. There's the Blinding Cloud on the top tanks and all the way down. About halfway through this column. It's going to be enough to get rid of most. No more Blinding Cloud. These Vipers using the Blinding Cloud so well, but it wears off quickly at the same time. So Dragon pulling back. Got rid of a bunch of tanks there. Ended up getting rid of 13 total tanks. Have died thus far in this game, speeding it up just a teeny tiny bit more. Tanks continuing to push up with the Marines killing Creatures, and he's extended a little bit too far here. Oh, it is Broodlord. Yay! Dragon decided to get something that can handle this stuff. Fungling the tanks, and the Broodlords are out, and that's it. Tricky Moon is out. He's defeated with a Rage Quit, and Dragon is victorious. Here in game number 2 of the One Trick Wednesday compilation. All right, so that's it. That's it for that one. We'll be back with more One Trick Wednesday action in just a second. Welcome back to One Trick Wednesday, everybody. This will be a game between Pauzino and Fishlobs on Sequencer, the latter edition. In the top right side of the map is the red Protoss player. It is Fishlobs. And in the bottom left side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is Pauzino. Pauzino. Reminds me of the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, which aired back in the 80s when I was a kid, when I was super obsessed with all things Super Mario. What do you say, paisanos? Yeah, he always said, thanks for watching, or like, see you next time, paisanos, which I assume is Italian slang of some kind, but this kind of looks like it, right? Pauzino? Pauzino? Maybe it is Pauzino. Maybe that's what that is. Italian speakers, let me know. Or perhaps it was just a terribly offensive Italian slang term in the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. I hope that's not the case. But yeah, I was a kid of the 80s, man. I was a kid of the 80s. I loved the Super Mario Brothers. I loved Zelda, the adventures of Zelda, the cartoon show. You should watch that all the time as well. There were Super Mario Brothers and Zelda and Duck Hunt breakfast cereal, which I got like twice ever in my life because my parents hated unhealthy breakfast cereal. And it was the highlight of all things Nintendo for me. So that was my exposure to video games growing up as a kid. It's a while ago. It was a while ago. All right, so who's going to be our non-attacker today? Terran player really walling off here for Pauzino. But he is moving out with tanks and Marines. So you know what? I think it's going to be Fishlobs. Fishlobs going to be our winner here. So hoofing it at times too. We'll slow them down when they get up here. Just these games are long. I mean, I figured they'd be long, but oh boy, they are long. Marines, tanks, 6-minute attack here. There are a few stalkers, 3 stalkers and a zealot and an adept. I don't know. I think you got this with a tank, man. Wow, pulls way back. No. You put the tank in siege mode in range of their stuff. And then when they come to kill it, you Marines murder them. That's how this is supposed to work. +1 attack is done for Pauzino, or Paisano. Paisanos? Super Mario used to say. It was a weird show. Thinking back on it, it was a very strange show. Just a naked attempt to capitalize on this amazing popularity of the early Nintendo and Super Mario Brothers as a whole. You know what I discovered? So you know how you can't get a Switch? Well, you can, but they're like super bundles. You can't just get a $2.99 Switch anywhere. This has been a problem for a long time for Nintendo. The Wii was the same way. If you remember back in 05, 06 when that came out, I spent a good solid week calling every toy store, every electronic store in town every day to see if they had anything in stock. Same thing with the Nintendo 64 back in 97 or 98, whenever it actually came out. It was delayed a little bit. Meanwhile, a push here gets shoved away. again, defending his fish lobs, as you're wont to do. This is a really hard map to take every base, though. I'm going to throw that out there. This is a really hard map to take every base. Oh, tank in range of stuff? No. So close to in range of stuff, though. Can he just not see that? Oh, he just needs vision. He needs vision up there. Got to bring a medevac or a liberator or something over. This is an interesting contain. I like this. Come on into my tanks, says Pauzino. Pauzino? I just feel like it's Pauzino. Oh, the tanks are doing so much damage. Sentry's dying. Stalkers take so much damage here because they're armored. And again, additional range of sight here would be good. A pause, says Fish Lobs, as I'm going to die. Please, a pause. Coming up, getting some shots off on that there Forge. Forge is dead, and then a very patient pullback. Liberator gonna set up shop as well. Stalker gets a little bit overeager and is dead. Oh, finishes off the mothership core too. Our Protoss player is in a heap of trouble right now. Tanks on top of these, splashing down on the pylons. Liberators just inching forward here. This is really bad for the Protoss player. Marines getting rid of this cannon. I don't know that they need to bring the tanks up. There you go. Slowly bringing the tanks up. Good patience on display from Pauzino. Is he in range of that Nexus? That'd be a huge deal if he was. Tanks coming down the ramp. No, don't engage outside of the circle. Don't engage outside of the circle. Come back. Come back inside the circle. Come back in the range of the tanks. All right, I guess good enough. What is it? It's 72 to 76 supply. Fish Lobs actually has a lead in supply, some way, somehow. I don't actually know how. Tanks are firing upon that natural base. Can the Protoss players save this? 2 Liberators, 2 tanks, and a bunch of Marines, with more Marines joining the battle all the time. Coming from the backside are the Stalkers. Oh, can they pick off this tank? Might be able to get it. A huge get for the Protoss player, and he does. He loses about 6 Stalkers in the process. His natural base falls. Well, he's worried about that, and Fish Lob is stuck on 1 base right now. Ooh. The dangers. Going for Colossus, though, at 9.5 minutes. That's good. Going for Colossus seems like a pretty good time. Liberator sets up on the ramp. Liberator sets up another one here. Oh, no, but in range of the Stalkers. Mothership core gets taken down by Marines coming up the ramp here as well. Colossus getting focused down. Oh, there's so many kills, though. 15 kills on that Colossus, but you're brand new. Tanks, though. Tanks are pretty good against Colossus. They outrange them. They outrange them for sure. What is it? Range of 13 compared to a range of 9. So, yep, definitely an outranging situation. Excuse me. Bit of a sneeze there. So, Fish Lobs is our guy. He is really trapped. He can reach that Liberator. Oh, look at that! Look at that angle! Look at that angle! And the Liberator does end up getting killed. No, Pauzino, where are you? Pauzino, don't come down the ramp. You will die. 3 shots to kill a Stalker. That's going to help here. But blinking down and getting destroyed by a tank is not going to help here. He's going to start getting mined out very, very soon. Oh, tank again. Taking shots. Tank. 1 tank versus 1 Colossus. Who wins? Colossus has higher rate of fire. And 1 more shot. Oh, survives. 17 kills on the Colossus. The tank dies. Colossus survives with 6 hit points in that battle. Who knew? Who knew? Was that a full health tank? It might have been a little bit injured. That might have made a huge difference. Either way, it's very close. Tank versus Colossus. Pushing out again with the Stalkers. Bring the Colossus for help. No, why are you attacking this? I guess you have more Stalkers than your opponent does. Yeah, Pauzino, good attack. Not really following it up with much. He's sitting on 1,700 minerals and 900 gas. Another tank does show up, but there are enough Stalkers with a blink to get rid of those guys. Colossus helping too. 19 kills on that Colossus. Hero Colossus of the day. This is going to be the Hero Colossus of the cast, I have decided. I don't know why Pauzino hasn't taken his 3rd base. I'm very confused by that. I mean, the natural base has nothing at it. Took his natural over to the right by quite a ways, which I don't understand, but the intricacies of the Terran mind are not something that is incredibly obvious to me, unfortunately, for all involved. +2 speed we're at now. Maybe we're going to get a +3. Double expanding, triple expanding? Is Fish Lobs taking his natural back? Quadruple expanding! Taking a 3rd to the left, taking a 4th to the left, taking a 5th down from there. From the corner, and just, that's the plan. Just expand your face off No counterattacks. A counterattack would have been really devastating against Pausino, but that's the problem with this one, is no counterattacks means it's harder to win. If you win a battle convincingly and you know your opponent wasn't macroing low back home, it doesn't matter. Your opponent is safe and sound, taking a 4th base at the bottom right as well. Sequencer has some long games. Sequencer definitely has 1 or 2 of those long games. Was that an attempted drop over there? Slow down, slow down. Ah, Liberator. Liberator's flying around being very, very sneaky. Wow, there's actually 4 Liberators way up here. Able to kill stuff if they want. I don't know what they're hanging out for. This Liberator going to kill a couple probes that are mining gas here inside the main base of Fish Lobs. It's good. I mean, keep their opponent worker count down. It's 31 probes to 35 SCVs right now. So far, so good. This natural base, if it dies, as far as probe count goes, reaction time starts now. Oh, there we go. Reaction time. Fish Lobs. Got the reaction time faster than I thought. Nicely done. Chasing that Liberator away, blinking up, and Liberator is going to die. Pieces falling to the earth. There are more Liberators, but they decided to go back home after this. Nope. They take a juke. They juke up to the top left instead. Ah, they found this base. They found something. What does he know about? Oh, he knows about the 3rd. He knows about the 3rd, but not about the 4th or the 5th, which is exciting stuff. No, these Liberators, no, bad place. Bad place. They think the army's going to come from the other way. Oh, sneak attack. Sneak attack from the other direction. Oh, no, Paisano. Stalkers, the Liberators are not engaged in this battle hardly at all. Once in a while, a Stalker gets close enough to die, but no siree. 5th base by Fish Lobs is finito. It is finito, which could mean, wait, does that mean dead and complete? Like finished canon English? Is that how that works? I don't know. Finito. Is that even Spanish? Or am I thinking French or Portuguese or something? There are too many Romance languages. And by too many, I mean like 4. Observer scouting, you can do that if you're Fish Lobs. I am just fine with that particular choice of action here. And just sitting on this 4 base to 5 base kind of a thing. It's 41 to 49 Harvesters. Fish Lobs looking good. Looking good. Got a fleet beacon up there in that production tab. Working on plus 2 shields, rather. I apologize. And +1 armor? Air armor. +1 air armor with gravitic drive. Wow. Is that the... I need to memorize this. I really do. That's the Warp Prism one. That is the Warp Prism upgrade. And then the upgrade for Observers is different. Where is it? Is that already done? Yeah, Gravitic Boosters is for Observers. Man, that is so confusing. So confusing. Vikings coming down, trying to make use of the extra bonus damage Vikings have against mechanical units. Going to take out this 5th base pretty quickly. Probes have to run for their lives. Several of them are dead, though. 50 to 53 total Harvesters. Fish Lob still has a lead. It's just not quite as dominant as it used to be, and the Vikings decide to head on back down. Why are you making so many Marines? You know your opponent has Colossus and Carriers. And Carrier, for that matter. This is just Marine Viking is not really how you want to do this thing. Marauders, perhaps? Sitting on 1,300 resources, 1,000 gas, 300. Oh, just spent a lot, though. Okay, so that's fine. More Vikings getting some Widow Mines in here. 3 Stargates at a time for Fish Lobs. He's been left alone. He's been left largely alone. Small attack at his 5th base, small attack at his 3rd base. That went really disastrously for the Terran player. But it is 189 to 200 total supply. So Paisano looking all right. All right. Transferring some probes over to the 5th base to saturate that one. Paisano, not quite sure. Does he want to attack? Thinking about it. He's setting up right outside this 5th base. The army's coming over with a mothership for Fish Lobs. This is a pretty intimidating army. There's charge for the Zealots. There's +2 attack for the Zealots. The Stalkers have blink. The Colossus have extended thermal lance. The Carrier there as well. All right, so Viking Marine tank. The Marines need to get out of here. Vikings need to focus down the Colossus. Why are you going that way, Vikings? No! Tanks, oh, they can't. Can they not see them? The cloak. The cloak is throwing our Terran player for a loop right now, and everything is going to die. More Vikings joining the battle. They might get the mothership. Good job moving it to the back there. As Vikings get destroyed from the ground from the Stalkers. Bonus damage versus armored, which is what Vikings are. They are armored mechanical. 6th base coming up for Fish Lobs, just winding his way back around towards the center of the map for that 6th base. Fishlob's pushing out. There you go. Pull back. You're just defending. I know you want to counter in that situation. I understand the feeling, but you did a good job. Good job reining it in. 7th base for Fishlobs along the right side of the map. 8th base down from there. 9th base, maybe? Along the left side. Vikings do find... Yeah, the 7th base. Yeah, all right. 8th base along the left side. So we're making 3 nexuses at the same time. Don't mind me. Viking attacks. You're inside the main base where there are carriers building. Carriers that take 86 seconds to make. If you can recall with this. Fishlobs, check this out. Mass recall. Teleports the mothership and all nearby units to a targeted nexus right here. You recall here, you can save your stuff. Walking all the way back and flying all the way back. It's not cost efficient. He does depower one of these stargates. Depowers the Twilight Council too for Resonating Glaives upgrade, which we're working on at the 25-minute mark for reasons unknown. Vikings trying to survive as long as they can here against these stalkers. Backing themselves into a bit of a corner, and they decide to make a stand. I don't know about this. Ah, no. Some of them do manage to fly away. Ooh, 2 of them. 2 managed to escape with their lives, but the carriers want them dead. And I think the angle of the attack is going to help here. Oh, the stopping too. Oh, and they're coming back to fight. Don't do that. Yeah, goodbye. Goodbye, Vikings. You're out. That was worth... It was an admirable attempt. That +3 ship armor. That is +3 air armor. You just don't see that in these games. I guess 26 minutes in, anything is possible. Fishlob's saturating his 6th and 7th and 8th bases. Actually, 6th base not particularly saturated. Wait, 6, 7, 8, 9th base? So many bases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. He's going mass Viking. Is this the first One Trick Wednesday that Paisano's trying to get here? He's just going mass Viking and harassing like crazy. Taking down that nexus he knew existed. He knew it was there for a while. Does he know about this? He doesn't know about any others down south the way, though. Which is bad. Oh, no. The Vikings are flying over the stalkers. No, Vikings, run! Some of them do manage to change course and retreat. Retreat for their lives. It's 200 to 186 supply. Pausano's down a little bit, but he's going to be all right. Dark Shrine coming in for our Protoss player. Vikings accidentally scouting this base in the bottom right side. This nexus in the bottom right side. Pausano has taken a 4th base down here, which is great. Stalkers. Careful, stalkers. Careful, stalkers. Oh, it does hit a supply depot, but once again, did not kill it and was not the result of the death. Also has another base up here, does Paisano, so he's starting to expand. He's starting to figure this out. I'm not being attacked, really, so might as well do some expanding. The Vikings. Are there enough Vikings to get rid of this Skytoss army? He really needs to scan. He needs to scan here against what we're dealing with from the Protoss. All right, so setting up outside, ostensibly defending his own base, but also being a little bit of an intimidation factor against Pausino. Ponzino. Someone is going to have to explain this to me. Spanish, maybe. Just feels Italian. It really does just feel Italian here. And we're just going to hold this ramp. What we're going to do. Stalker overextends a little bit. Oh, there's the scan. You have enough for more scans, right? Yes, enough for more scans. Got some idle SCVs here at this natural base, which is technically the 3rd, because it's the 3rd base that was taken for reasons I don't understand. All right, here come the Vikings. They're going to fight and lose some Vikings and run. Trying to bait the stalkers into range. There's the scan of the tanks that are here. And oh no, the Vikings. There we go. I need to focus down that mothership first of all, but there are too many stalkers. The Colossus burning down all of the Marines. I don't think there are enough tanks to hold here for the Terran player whatsoever. Suddenly, Pausano is down to 83. Total supply to 148 from Fishlobs. These Vikings are hopelessly confused. Fighting interceptors. Stalkers burning them out of the sky with their particle disruptor. And that might be all she wrote for the Terran. Pulling back is Fishlobs. Oh, this challenge. Oh, this challenge. It is quite a challenge. Expanding again? No? Nope. Actually getting DT Blink. Actually getting Shadow Stride. Remember that game with that player who used mass DTs with Shadow Stride and it was amazing and it worked at the Master's level? I think it was Stefan. Versus a Terran player. Who was it? Stefan versus like Zephyr or something. Oh, Paisano recognized. He dead. He saw all the bases, I think, that were out. Yeah, I saw most of the bases that are out for the Terran player, all but one, which he had previously killed, so can't blame him for that. Recognize I'm out based, I'm out gunned, I'm out by about 60 supply, time to move. And Fish Lobs is your winner. Get a Protoss winner today. All right, that's it for that one. We'll be back with another cast or another game and possibly one more in just a second. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to One Trick Wednesday by Falcon Paladin. This, the fourth game of the compilation, will be between Burger and Mr. Fortune on Blood Boil, the Ladder Edition. In the bottom right corner of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is Mr. Fortune. And in the top left side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Burger. Ah, Burger versus Mr. Fortune here. Whoa, extractor trick. Out of Mr. Fortune. That's a pretty good time. That's a pretty good time there. It gets you 16 out of 14 available supply. Little bit of an advantage. I mean, if it was a huge advantage, everybody would do it. Okay, everybody would do it. So I don't know that it's definitely something that you should be doing. It's a cannon rush out of Burger, though. So I don't know that Burger's going to be doing our defense-only challenge because, I mean, cannon rushing is not defense-only. It's pretty aggressive, as it turns out. Trying to kill your opponent stuff with cannon still counts as aggression. Even if they're static defense. I get it. I get it. And here we go. Pylon on the top of this ramp. Weird place to cannon. Oh, the probe's going to scout it, too. Probe walks right by. What up? What up, probe? What up? What up, Pylon? Go kill it. There we go. All of the all the drones come in. Get rid of that cannon. Must kill that cannon. And they're going to get it. And possibly this one as well. Oh, more cannons. Burger is really sinking resources into this thing. This is defense for Mr. Fortune. Swinging on. You know what? You probably should deal with this one. Does he not know about this one? He does. Well, he does now, but it's too late. It is too late. Cannon coming up. Double pylon there as well. This base is toast. Mr. Fortune really should cancel as soon as this cannon is done. Just force the Protoss player to absorb more stuff here. Oh, the drones catch the probe, but he does mineral walk out of it. Nicely done. And surprise! Surprise Zerg player. There's the cancel, and the cannon should cancel too. Nah, he finishes it. Try to kill a drone. He does get a drone. That might have been worth it. Suppose. Probe has 2 hit points, by the way. Should be dead. Is not getting a spawning pool. Finally is Mr. Fortune. He has another expansion down here, boop, just south of his main. So he was going for a 3-hatch, pretty early 3-hatch, and thank goodness he was, because it allows him to have another base up pretty quick. He canceled the first one, so he has enough minerals to do a lot of stuff here. And Burger is really aggressively cannon rushing here. Incredible amounts of cannon rushing here. More pylons coming up at this newly found natural base. Burger could throw cannons down. Could the cannon here hit these probes? Maybe. You know what? I'm pretty sure it could. Pretty sure. Oh, did they get the probe? I thought I heard a probe die. Well, there's another one here anyway. It doesn't matter. Doesn't actually matter for Burger. Cannon there. Run. Run. Oh, the lings are out, though. Lings are out, though. I don't know about this. They're trying to take down one of these pylons, but more cannons are coming up. Oh, the Queen takes out the probe. Hero Queen there. Is there enough DPS with 4? Oh, more lings are here. Okay, that's it. These are shut down. Cancel, cancel. Probe or pylon gonna die. Resources lost are not going to favor the Protoss here. It is 524 resources lost, so to be 624 compared to 137 for Mr. Fortune. All Mr. Fortune has lost is the stuff that was non-refundable on that Nexus that he canceled. So, all right, Protoss player, what's your follow-up here? A lot of gateways. Yes, a lot of gateways. He's invested so much into this. So much into this. Has he lost what? 624 resources. He's got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11, 12, 50, 1,250 resources about that Burger has sunk into this and really done nothing with it. Unfortunately. Pretty good response there from Mr. Fortune. Bit of an overextend from our Protoss player. He's going to go ahead and wall off the front here with this photon cannon. There are this backdoor ice you have to worry about a little bit. Just a little bit. Have to worry about that. Gateway. Getting some zealots. Is he working on a cyber core? No. Is it going to be a 4-gate with double gas? Okay, 4-gate double gas follow-up. This might be one of those situations where a player really only knows how to cannon rush. And if the cannon rush is shut down, they're at a complete and utter loss as to what to do next. Just my feeling. Just what I think is going on here. Good injects out of Mr. Fortune, making a lair at his natural base. It's going to be 2 base to 1 base. That's fine. If you're a Zerg player, you got 2 base to one of your opponents. That's great. Definitely do that. Cybercore finally making a Cybercore. He's really worried about a link counterattack, but guess what? This is never attack One Trick Wednesday. So you zealots are unnecessary. I hate to break it to you. No lings are coming across the map to kill you anytime soon. Or ever. Or ever in this game. Roach Warren morphing in for the Zerg player. Good. Good. We speed this sucker up. We speed this up. Speed it up a teeny bit. Creep spreading out onto those cannons. It doesn't hurt them, but it's just kind of nice. Ah, Nidus Worm. Nidus Worm to get out, I guess. You don't have to go down this ramp and die. I guess you could try to break down your own ice and escape, but Nidus Worm to escape seems fine, unless it's an aggressive Nidus Worm. And by golly, it had better not be an aggressive Nidus Worm, or I'm not casting this. Not posting it. But you'll only know if I end up posting it. Kind of interestingly. Oh, Nidusing up here. Alright. Mothership Core. Oh my gosh. Mothership Core see this? Oh, it does. See this creep? Here's the Nidus and says, ah, what is going on? And there's, okay, so there's a hatch. It's defensible now. It is defendable now. Can these roaches save it? Is the question of the day. That's a lot of adepts. They don't have resonating glaives, though. That hurts. That hurts them immensely. Got some spine crawlers coming up. Save the hatch. No, does not save the hatch. But this is home now. This is now home for Mr. Fortune. He's defending. He's defending this thing as much as possible. Photon Overcharge comes up for Burger. Not wonderful. Not. Oh, you know what? It worked out better than I thought. These roaches wandered right into range for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Spine crawlers are starting to pop here. Adepts are not great versus spine crawlers. More roaches coming out of this Nidus Worm. Burger trying to hold this thing. And not really working out super well. Photon Overcharge up again. Roaches are too smart this time to go with the range of that thing. It's 28 to 36 harvesters. Mr. Fortune has a lead and 2 bases. While Burger is struggling. Making stalkers to augment these adepts. Spine crawlers here. Defending this area as well. Bringing slowlings in. Speed's not even on the way, mind you. Not even on the way. And going to expand here. Can he expand here? Nope, spine crawler in the way. Move the spine crawler. And there's the expansion. All right, defendable. Oh, the Ravager. The 13 Ravager morph. Out of Mr. Fortune. Man, do not come down here. You will get wrecked. You will get riggedy wrecked, son. By corrosive biles. Spine crawler trying to plant itself. Spine crawler, other spine crawler defending. Spine crawler does die. Corrosive biles sent up and hitting more of his own wings than anything else. More corrosive biles taking out that pylon, which is Photon Overcharged, and killing it. And these pylons, no, you're too close to my base. Get out of here. Get out of my base. Says Mr. Fortune. This is my home now. See this creep? This creep is mine, I say. Stalker is trying to attack from the high ground. Pretty good positioning. Out of Burger. Corrosive vials are landing nowhere near the intended Protoss target. More roaches coming out here as well. And this base is going to finish. I just don't see how it gets stopped. The adepts are fine. The stalkers are fine. There just aren't enough of them. Corrosive vials landing. They get the mothership core. These stalkers are stuck behind a mineral line. Spine crawlers are hitting them. Ravagers are hitting them as well. Oh, the corrosive vial takes out 3 stalkers at once. Well done. And Burger's out. Burger is defeated, and Mr. Fortune is victorious. Well done indeed to Mr. Fortune. All right, so that's going to be it. Going to be it for our One Trick Wednesday. Just a lot of these submissions really, really long. So hopefully for next One Trick Wednesday, which I'm about to announce, we will not have the 30 and 40-minute long games as part of the process. Whew. All right, so next One Trick Wednesday, according to the voice of the people, again, in 2 weeks, this will post. You have 10 days to submit your replays for this challenge, is going to be announce your intentions. Before you attack your opponent, you have to announce in all chat what you're doing. For example, spawning a Nidus Worm inside your main base, attacking with 16 Zerglings and 4 Roaches before you attack. Before you attack. And how do we do this? Do we say before you move out of your base? I'd say that. Before you move out of your base. So you're a Terran player. Two medevacs full of Marines. Gonna drop on you leaving now. Okay? Zerg players, Protoss players as well. Warp Prism coming to your base. Gonna warp an Adepts at your main. It's a hard one. This is gonna be a hard one to win. But we'll see what creativity and skill you guys show in doing that. So once again, vote for the One Trick Wednesday a month from now. And it's going to be Announce Your Intentions for 2 weeks from today, which is, I believe, July 26th. I think is what that is. I don't know, somewhere around there. It'll say in the straw poll. But regardless, that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of One Trick Wednesday. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.